Hello, independent voter, old and computer illiterate. I call this one New York City ain't New York City anymore. Like I always say in the beginning, I'm old. And it started in 1990, where I call it the shift. It like shifted in the 90s. New York, I'm glad in a way that I'm old and I came up in the 70s and 80s and 60s, 70s, and 80s because New York City was the creative center of the world. The music, the art. Canal Street wasn't Chinatown. It was filled with artists, painters, sculptors. You had so many musical places. There was a place called the Tin Palace where they would have jazz and even punk and rock music there. And there was this little place on 11th Street, University Place, called Bradley's. $5 cover. And I got to see up close great musicians like Tommy Flanagan, Barry Harris. It was the most creative place in the world. And since 1990, I call it lame, liberal, jack-off land. What happened in the 90s is a lot of people from around the country and around the world moved into Manhattan, most of them with a lot of dough or trust fund people, and they started walking around like, we live in New York now. That makes us automatically hip. You don't know how many people I wanted to give a slap to, but then I go away for assault. And now, if this city elects a mayor that is a straight up socialist and pro-Islamic fascist because this guy is okay with Sharia law. And I read the other day he wants to tax white neighborhoods. If that's not racist, I don't know what is. It's really become intolerable. And I'm not going to even get into the prices here. Every time on Saturday when I go to the supermarket, I feel like I'm getting financially raped. I want 2016 prices back. I keep telling these liberal jackoffs that facts don't care about your feelings and numbers don't lie. Look at food and gas prices during President Trump's first term. And if you're going to tell me that things were better over these past 4 years with this fraudulently installed puppet degenerate with dementia president and Vice President Ho, if you're going to tell me that things were better these past 4 years, please stop listening to this because you are my fellow brainwashed American moron. So in conclusion, because I know attention spans are very low, if New York elects this guy for mayor, there's going to be violence and chaos. All I seek is peace. And it seems that the Democratic Party is the party of violence and intolerance. I don't know how you could be a Democrat and be proud of that. And they finally showed their true colors at the State of the Union. Because if you can't get up and applaud in sympathy for a kid with brain cancer, then to me, in my opinion, you are the worst kind of human being. So I voted for Curtis the first time. I'm going to vote for him again. And Cuomo is just like a joke to me. You were governor, now you want to be mayor? Isn't that a step down? This guy is just a political beast. There's these people that they just want to be in politics for the money and the power. I laughed when I saw Cuomo running for mayor. I laughed. His father was a great man, but him and his brother, and I laughed so hard because you talk about the perfect nickname, Fredo. I laughed so hard because it's perfect. He's too stupid to go into politics. Let's give him a high-paying media job where he could be, he could perpetuate the agenda. Because for me, it's 30 years. I stopped watching so-called mainstream, lamestream, legacy fake news media 30 years ago. I got sick of those teleprompter Muppet enemy propagandists a long time ago. So if anybody listening to this in New York and you vote for this socialist Islamic fascist, then whatever violence comes upon you, especially if you're white, you are a fool. Thank you for listening.